just kidding. That's a prop. Here's my my real coffee. Obviously, my my espresso machine is well, it's still back at home in West Virginia, so Maverick coffee. By the way, have you ever been to a Maverick? I'm getting off track here already. Welcome to the underground, you rebel scum. This is the American Expat, and I am in the car because, well, the weather outside is frightful. I drove. It's still a beautiful morning in its own way. You just have to be more careful on the road, that's all. So, I was listening to some videos, and it sounds like America is back in vogue. No longer will the expat who likes his country, being, if you're from in the United States, that is, have to go out there and deal with other people that are embarrassed or ashamed or whatever of being American, which is absolutely ridiculous, even under other circumstances when people are, you know, being weird. But yeah, America's back in vogue. America is it again. I don't know if you saw the clips or maybe you watch UFC on a regular basis. Trump goes in with his entourage. These people have become the coolest people in the country and possibly in the entire planet. He's got Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, he's got RFK Jr., all these people going along with him and others that I probably didn't mention. And there's just so much noise, you can barely hear anything. Joe Rogan is there. He walks up to him, gives him a hug. You know, this is, yeah, America is back. America is back. I don't think it was ever really gone, but there seemed to be a lot of people in influential places, specifically in media and government, who wanted to see it go, who were for some reason embarrassed of whatever it is that America is. Well, guess what? It's back. And no longer, as I said, will you have to go overseas and worry about the people. You can tell them, guess what? I'm an American. And what are you going to do about it? I mean, you don't have to be that rude, but you can be because you are an American. And you can do that. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think that this is a good thing for the entire planet. We need a strong America. We need all of that crazy brashness. We need it. We need the big trucks and all of the flashiness that America is. By flashiness, I don't mean like people going around being fancy. We need the, you know, we need our tough guys back. We need all of that. We need that America to be back and bigger than ever. I suspect that that's what they were trying to change. They wanted to demasculinize the United States. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with the feminine stuff either, but they seem to have a problem with that as well. You can't be either one. You have to be some weird, strange thing that doesn't quite fit into either category. That seems to be, you know, I'll be honest. I don't think these things through before I start opening my mouth, but I think that's what they were trying to do. They not only wanted to destroy masculinity, they also wanted to destroy feminine, you know, the feminine stuff, everything gone. They just wanted to have some neutered, I don't know, what would you call it? Gosh, they wanted to turn the United States into a eunuch? You know, I'm not meaning, you know, literally, because the United States is, although they seem to literally be doing that to lots of people. But guess what? The American people spoke up and they said, no, we're not doing this anymore. And, you know, it was the popular vote. It was won. They're still trying to bring the margins closer together. But guess what? That puts your foot in the door. That means that we can grow this back to what it was and liberate people from whatever this crazy nonsense was that people have been living under all this time. I'll never forget it. This is now going to be a dig at Disney. I turned on a show for my son because, you know, Disney is safe, right? A lot of you are probably shaking your heads like, no. Well, I didn't know. I turned on this show, and the next thing I know, there's two little boys, and the one is talking about how attractive the other little boy is, and I was like, well, wait a second, what is this? These are kids. And quickly turned it off. Never showed it to my son again. I'm like, this is you. I mean, if you walked into a school and presented something like that to the kids, you could go to jail, for heaven's sake. Well, maybe, yeah, some schools. You know what? That stuff is on its way out. I hope that Disney has been taught a lesson when it comes to that, and they'll clear out all the people that push that nonsense, because the American people are tired of it. And what America has been in the past is back in vogue. Let's hope that we grow it back to what it was. It's time for the United States to stand up and say no more. And I think it will. So yeah, that was an interesting development. By the way, I continue to be working on projects. I actually just discovered some old video clips that I never did anything with from China. I had gone on this huge drive from Yunnan province all the way back to Anhui province, and I had recorded all the way. So I've got all these clips that have just been sitting on an external hard drive, an SSD, and well, I'm putting it together. So it's not going to be, well, I guess I could record a voiceover or a narration of some kind for it. I probably should. But I thought, hey, you know, that might be interesting to see what it's like on the road in China, on a road trip. Lots of fun. I hope that you guys will join me on the road trip when I actually get, well, sort of, you know. You can join me through the video. Obviously, the road trip already happened a couple of years ago, but it'll be fun to put it together and see how it goes. By the way, if you came to the channel expecting some kind of coherent message, I'm just some guy sitting in his car. I'm sorry, I'm not a polished... I could be if I wanted to be. I could, you know, script this out and have exactly what I was going to say beforehand, but that's not the way it works. I just come here to enjoy my morning coffee with all of you, whatever time it happens to be that you're watching this, and talk through what is on my mind. By the way, if you enjoy this sort of thing, maybe think about sharing it with your friends, because they're your friends, right? And they probably enjoy similar things. So yeah, share it with your friends. Let's grow this channel into something. I'm trying to figure out what I should do with the different kinds of videos, because I do videos like this where I'm commenting on things. I do videos that are of beautiful scenery in the places that I'm at, videos about cameras, and cultural things, other countries, you know. I do a lot of different stuff. And I'm starting to think that maybe I should make other channels for those other things and just leave this one with just this. If you like the camera videos, if you like the scenery videos or whatever you happen to come to the channel for, you'll have to let me know. I mean, it would probably be easier if I put it all in its own specific channel so that you know when you get on, if there's a new video, it's going to be exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you like all of them, but then it would make it easy as well because you know exactly where to find it. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think I should do with it. And speaking of comments, I think we better get to your comments because there are some on the other videos. Okay, let's go ahead and get into these comments, if I can get that into the cup holder. The first one from Peter Ehinger 7506, a longtime viewer of the channel. Always glad to hear from you. Hi Jay, how are you and family today? We are doing great. My son is in school, of course. He's probably pretty excited about the snow, though he will be disappointed to find that in the state of Utah, they do not close school for snow. In fact, snow is something that they look forward to because it means skiing and that sort of thing. This area is just full of ski resorts. So, too bad for him, but yes, it's snowing and everybody's doing great. Mutant Riff, another longtime viewer of the channel. My family arrived in 1709. That is pre-USA. My son is a 10th generation. The first generation was an immigrant. Yeah, like I said, pretty much everybody that lives in this country, on this continent, if you went back far enough, they came from somewhere else. I think. I mean, I don't think that humanity originated here on the American continent. At least there's not any suggestion of that being the case. So, I don't know. If that was the case, then that would mean that actually we're all native of this place. But no, we're immigrants. Like you, my family immigrated to this place in 1883. I believe that is when the first member of our family was here. So yeah, well, on my dad's side, of course. Let's see, Machina Opus Algorithm +3, not that weird. I was once a lefty, so speaking from experience, the facade of left is hard but brittle. It relies on people never checking anything or being able to check. When you get a couple of cracks, the whole thing goes pretty quick. I think Elon, Joe, RFK, and Tulsi played a big role in this one because of a lot of people started to question why. Yeah, absolutely, and those are the people that he's got around him at the UFC thing. It's interesting to see this change. I think people have realized whatever was happening before was a bunch of baloney. It is not American. It's not the way that we do things. And by the way, if you want to be all the, like the woke and super liberal stuff, well, guess what? Under this, you will be free to do that, because the American values of, freedom of speech and freedom in general will be back. So yeah, you can think the way that you want again. And that's good. That's good. That's what we want. At least, I mean, who knows? I guess that, Donald Trump could go to the White House and suddenly become the super duper, like, oh, this time now I am going to be the dictator and I'm going to take all your rights away. But probably not. Probably not. Let's see, from Louvain Malon 4949, it's because of disappointment. This is, again, about the followers dropping off from people like AOC. It's because of disappointment. Trump was elected because they are cheats and aggressive assholes. Oh, am I supposed to say that on YouTube? And to fight that you can't be agreeable and inclusive, you have to aggressively fight them back. Merrick Garland should have prosecuted him straight away. The judicial system was too kind to him. He shouldn't have been able to run. Well, on the Merrick Garland thing, I disagree, but I'm not, here to call you an idiot or anything. I'm just saying I think that the reason that they didn't prosecute was that wasn't the point. It was political, and they were really just trying to, well, I guess hold on to power, which is what a lot of people do. Maybe I could be wrong, but I think that the most people in the country don't think that Trump was necessarily guilty of some of the crimes that they tried to accuse him of. The January 6th thing is an example. I don't want to get into that. I want to see all of that craziness put behind us. Let's forget about it and let's start building the country back to what it should be. Whether you're on the left or the right, let's put aside the craziness and go about our lives and make a better world for everybody. Let's see, Texas Jan. When I was in service business, I had a few federal contracts and more local government contracts. We charged the same rate as we did other commercial clients. Very good. You were honest. I know that some other companies, I won't say company names, that do this sort of thing, but yeah, there's a lot of justifying their needing to have a bunch of stuff. If they have a big staff, for example, then they get more money. They make money that way. That is the business. In some cases, not all federal contractors are dirtbags. I'm glad that you also were not a dirtbag. So much appreciated. We need more people to be respectful of the tax dollar that comes out of our paychecks, so that we don't look at the government and think, "Gosh, these people are just throwing my money away." Let's see, Andy Foxy, another long-time viewer of the channel, was great to see the new border chief shut AOC up the other day. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are feeling more boldness in expressing their opinions, the common sense kind. There's a lot of that going on. You see it with the people dancing the Trump dance at the NFL and the UFC. I mean, that's not an opinion. That's just people saying, look, this is where I stand, and I feel more comfortable today expressing that than I did the other day. It's good to see. And if you're on the left, I hope that you will also feel comfortable expressing yourself, because that's what America's about. You remember the time, how it used to be? Somebody would get mad about something you had to say, and you'd be like, well, it's a free country, so sue me, or something like that. Too bad. Well, we're back there again. And as annoying as that statement might be, I'm glad that we're able to make it, because imagine if you couldn't. Imagine if it wasn't a free country and you couldn't express your opinions about anything, and you had to fear that your neighbor, your kid, your family members might turn you in and get you in trouble. I know people who have lived through that. So it's great to see. Sproswell 42, another longtime viewer. I think some people feel used by people like AOC and her party. I agree. I think that a lot of people, they were told lies, that they were winning, that they had all this popular support, and then suddenly it wasn't true, and they're probably frustrated, especially looking at what AOC is doing. It's like, how shallow can you be? So this was someone that was like the spokesperson for wokeness, right? Not the spokesperson, but one of them. And immediately after the election, once she saw that the popular vote went the other way, she gets rid of the pronouns in her bio. It's like she doesn't stand for anything. I don't know what she just wants to stay in there. She just wants to keep her popularity. She saw all the people drop off, and so she's going to go ahead and try and follow the crowd. That's what she is. She's not a leader. She's a follower. I don't know if you're a fan, if you're watching this of AOC, but that's kind of what that reveals, that she's a follower. A lot of these people are. I've seen it now with MSNBC. Apparently some of their hosts have met with Donald Trump. It's like, all our viewers are jumping over to Fox News. I don't know why they would go to Fox News, but they did. That seems awfully strange to me. But yeah, they're meeting with Trump and they're like, hey, we don't agree on everything, but we need to talk and we need to reset communication. It's like, yeah, these are followers. And of course, with MSNBC, this is a business. They want to make money. They see that they're not making money the way that they're going, go woke, go broke, that sort of thing. Yeah, they're all shifting that way. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see where things are going. But I think it's good for everybody. You don't have to be a follower, If you really believe this stuff, then stand for something. But, let's have some room for different opinions. That's what this country is about. We have discussion. We have disagreements. We don't have to agree. It's a free country. And I will leave it at that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, share it with your friends if you do, even if it is just to make fun of it. I'm going to continue working on some projects. Probably not today because, I will at home on the computer. Just not out recording because, I can't. My camera would probably be destroyed by this weather. So I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next one.
ไฟพะวงหลงเฝ้าสาวเจ้าบางปะกงทางห้วยงงหลงเกอหาโอเวรกรรมจำพรากจากไปไกลตา